Aston Villa 1, Manchester City 0. That's right. Manchester City's unbeaten run has come to an end. It is a bit of a smash down to earth, but we're going to talk in it. But first, let's run the ads.
Love your club but hate paying ridiculous prices for the shirt? At okjersey.com, you can grab top quality football jerseys for a fraction of the price. Same look, same feel, same pride, without the crazy retail markup. From Premier League to international classics, we've got every kit you need, home, away, or retro. So before you drop £100 on a shirt, check okjersey.com and save big.
That's right. Make sure you go and check out OK Jerseys. Okay, people, the run has come to an end. Happy Sunday, by the way. Happy Sunday. Hope everyone's... My daughter won in her gymnastics. So that was before the City game. So I was hopeful. 3 golds, 1 silver. I just needed a win from City. However, I know some City fans weren't happy when I said on Never a Foul on Friday that I would take a draw and get out of there. There was something about this game from the start of the season. Every time I looked at the fixture list and I saw Aston Villa away, there was something about this game. I knew they were going to be up for it. And I've got to give Aston Villa credit today. They got an early goal. I won't say that. I mean, I actually think we started okay. I wouldn't say they were that much better than us in the first half, really. But you know, they took their chance. That's ultimately what happened. A corner that probably wasn't meant to happen the way it happened fell to Matty Cash, who's in form at the moment. And maybe City players a bit weak in closing him down. And a great finish. No deflection, no nothing. It was just a great finish. And then after that, for the rest of the first half, to be honest... Yeah, Villa, do you know what? I'm going to go back on what I just said. Villa probably were the better team in the first half because for me in the first half, we were pretty poor. Apart from, I think, the one Haaland chance, which I think on another day Haaland does score, but the angle's slightly wrong. And then I do think we should have had a penalty, by the way. For me, that was a push. That was the end of the first half as well. For me, that was a push. But, you know, would it have been a weak penalty? Yes. But for me, that wasn't... There's a difference between being shoulder to shoulder with a player and just straight up pushing a player. And it was a push. But we didn't get that. It is what it is. We don't cry over spilt milk, I think the saying is. Second half, we were better. Still don't think we were great. When the changes were made, Nico Gonzalez and Nico O'Reilly were probably the 2 changes that had the most impact. Which leads me to, I'm kind of going to do, this is like a match reaction straight after the game, but also my 5 things we learned. Now I'm going to list them first, and then we're going to talk about them. Number 1, don't fix what isn't broken. Number 2. If we are playing low blocks, then Doku over Savio every single day. Number 3, stick with Vardy and Diaz as a partnership at centre-back. Number 4, Reinders needs to improve on his finishing. He's probably got a bit of a pass. I have seen some good signs of things that he offers, but it's time that he starts improving on his finishing. We need. Ultimately, what I'm saying is, Reinders, we need a bit more, mate. I expected a little bit more. We're getting to 10 games in now? Expected a little bit more. I've seen some classy moments, but yeah, we need some more consistency, and certainly you need to find those finishing boots from last season. And number 5, we're back, but we aren't that back. By the way, Arsenal won 1-0. We all know the Liverpool result. I don't think we're going to worry about Liverpool at the moment. But Arsenal are just getting things done. So, where did it go wrong? As I said, we have to credit Villa. Villa defended phenomenally in that second half. Absolutely phenomenally. Yeah. Got a lot of men behind the ball, threw their body at everything. And ultimately, we didn't have too many clear-cut chances because of that. Now, One thing I would say is, and I'm going to be careful here because I know that right now people are going to get, no matter what, if I say something on X, say something on Y, say something on Z, people are going to get sensitive. There are player FCs out there. Now, Savio Doku conversation. Who is better on the left? I've said I want to see Savio on the left. He got his chance on the left today. Now, the problem is people don't double up on Savio. People double up on Doku. Even when Doku's having a bad game, people still double up on Doku. That creates extra space for other players. At this point, I'm not seeing enough. And look, I know he had a good game in midweek on the right, but for me, when we're coming up against low blocks, it has to be Doku over Savio. Doku came on and straight away had more of an impact on the game. There seemed to be more space for other players to operate in. Ultimately, Villa just got too many players in that box, and I don't really know what more to say than that. I want you lot to tell me in the comments, was this a bad performance? It was one of those games that for me, I said before, give me a draw and let's keep it moving. I got criticised for it and told, no, we should be expecting more. Do you know what? If we're in a title race and we want to win the title, we probably should be expecting more. But I just knew Villa were going to be up for this and they were going to get something out of this. I knew it. Erling Haaland, very quiet today. Maybe Erling does need to continue to drop a bit deeper and not get too involved and caught up in battles with defenders, because ultimately, if they're outnumbering you, Erling, it's going to be a difficult one. And that's what it was today. He didn't get too much space. Maybe we could say didn't create too much space for himself as well. But, you know, the one or two chances that did fall to him wasn't clinical enough. Just Bob was just offside for the Erling Haaland goal. Unfortunately, Erling Haaland has given up a bollock for that. But yeah, it is just a bit of a crashing down to earth today. I think maybe I was ready to get excited, but look, every single away game in the Premier League is a difficult game. Now, Villa have not been in the best of form. However, before the game, I actually heard that Villa have won 5 of their last 6 games, which is pretty damn good form for me. Whether they've been playing well or not, they've been getting the job done. And I can see why. I don't think they were amazing today at all. I just think they defended like absolute warriors. Onana was phenomenal. And Martinez, you have to do better. The crosses we were putting in the box just were way too close to Martinez. But yeah, I just look at it today and I think, okay, O'Reilly did get a knock against Everton. Gonzalez did get a knock against Villarreal. However, they're both on the bench and they both came on. And when they both came on, we looked better. Are we changing things when we don't need to change them? We've been looking good. Very clear. Look, if Rodri's not about, Gonzalez should be starting. For me, if Gonzalez wasn't starting, then I would have started Kovacic. You know, so I don't know. I have to look at this one and think, if substitutions come on the pitch and change the game a bit, why didn't they start in the first place? So Gonzalez, when he came on, looked good. Probably one of our best players for me when he came on. Don't know what you lot think. But yeah, Bob on the right, he was better than Savio. Was he much better than Savio? Nah, not really. It's beautiful feet, but still limited impact, I would say. Foden, for me, was one of our better players. In fact, actually, Bob did have that beautiful turn. That was lovely. Stones in the DM role. You know what? He impacted the game probably once when he got really far forward and nearly played Haaland through. But I'm going to ask you the question again, people, in the comments. Were we that bad today? Or did Villa just defend really, really well? There was quite a few times where I would say we were a centimetre, not even an inch, a centimetre away from the ball getting through to Haaland. And Villa players just somehow intercepting balls really, really, really well. So where do we go from here? Well, Swansea away firstly in the Carabao Cup, which I will be going to with Steve. Nice little weekend, nice little night out. And then we have Bournemouth at home. Now, Bournemouth have just won again against Nottingham Forest. I think Bournemouth is second to Arsenal now, looking phenomenal. And we have to face them next week at the Etihad. So where do we go from here? We need to bounce back because we are still in the title race. Let's not do what Liverpool are doing and throw the towel in. We're still in the title race. Look, we've seen how quickly things can change round. Arsenal right now are looking like the real deal. Their squad's looking strong. Their defence is looking absolutely phenomenal. There's no getting away from that. And right now, Arsenal should be the favourites. However, we know how leagues go. We've been in many a league, and it isn't a time to just throw the towel in and go, yeah, do you know what? We're playing for a Champions League place again. We're not. We're still challenging. We have to remember, Arsenal are 6 points clear of us at the moment. They have to come to the Etihad. That's a 3-point swing straight away. So, sorry, that's a 3-point change. Takes 6 points to 3 points. So I don't think it's a case of, no, we can't do this at all. We all know what Arsenal can get like. And look, a season is long. We don't know what injuries we're going to get. We don't know what injuries Arsenal might get. We don't know if Arsenal might start getting complacent. They could do. They could look at this and go, do you know what? We're 6 points clear. By next week, who knows? By the time we play Liverpool at the next international break. And then all of a sudden, things can change. So it's one loss. Added on to the other two earlier, it's not great. 3 losses this season. I think some sort of record has been beaten. It's the first time that Man City have lost 3 games in the open X number of games. But look, we can't forget all of the great work that we've done over the last, 5-6 weeks. We've come on leaps and bounds. Haaland's looking absolutely phenomenal. Foden's back, as far as I'm concerned. And defensively, in fact, let's talk on that really quickly. Today, defensively, I don't believe we looked bad today. And we have to remember, we were playing without an actual DM in front of them. Stone's kind of doing the role and us moving to a 3 at the back. But I don't think we were bad defensively today. So if you think where we were last year with our defence and where we are now, we really, really, really shouldn't be too down. It's frustrating. It's annoying. It's disappointing, but we move on to Bournemouth. And look, if we can take 3 points off Bournemouth, 3 points off Liverpool, which I think we can, by the way. Liverpool looking atrocious. Bournemouth will probably be a more difficult game than Liverpool. But we take 6 points from that. We're still in it. As long as we keep within touching distance of Arsenal, we know that the second half of the season, even more so with our players starting to gel that little bit more, this can still be a very, very interesting title race. And for a lot of us, when the season started, we weren't sure if we'd be in one. So for me, is it a glass half empty or a glass half full? I will let you decide in the comments. Anyway, listen, we'll be back tomorrow morning. Please smash a like on the way out. Everyone have a good rest of the day. I think Tottenham are playing now. Yeah, let's keep it moving.